Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm headed to the Olympics in Italy. That's right, somebody extended me an invite to carry the Olympic flame as a torchbearer. I feel extremely honored and excited to get to Italy, and not just because it's minus 20 right now. Where's that shuttle? I made it to Toronto Pearson Airport and I'm excited to get on the flight to Italy. I already made a friend from Italy and he's giving me some local tips and tricks. I've made it to Milan. I am tired but excited. The hotel assured me I would be able to find my driver, no problem. We make our way through the dense crowds towards the hotel. Thankfully, only vehicles with permits are allowed to drive here, like this taxi. Unfortunately, I was a little bit too efficient getting here, so I wasn't able to check in yet. I originally planned to stay an extra day so I could check out the Venetian Wall, climb the hill by the funicular, check out the funicular, get some pizza at the top of the hill, go look at the castle. But I managed to do all of that before I even checked in. I don't know if you're a fan of castles, but this one was free to check out. And I thought that was a great place to start. Free. Alright, so wait a second. What am I even doing here? What does this have to do with biking? Well, if you're just getting caught up, I was born with congenital heart disease called pulmonary stenosis, had 3 heart operations, including one last February, decided I was going to bike every single day for the past several years and raise money for Heart and Stroke Foundation, raised more money than I ever imagined, became team captain, started a yearly single-track charity ride, and then was awarded the King Charles III Coronation Medal. Now apparently, that's cool enough to carry the torch in the Olympics. Well, I've spent a couple hours walking around Bergamo, and it's about time to get back to the hotel. After a little bit more sightseeing and pictures on the way, of course. I also make sure to get my first taste of pasta while I'm here in Italy. Apparently you can get 5 people in this elevator. Maybe if you count all the space in the mirror too. Alright, it's the morning of and I've got to find my way to the collection point. I had to book my hotel 3 months ago, but they just gave me the exact location 10 days ago. So I'm off to go find out where it is. Since I'm in a rush, I guess this restaurant across the street from my hotel will have to do. I grab a burger, Bergamo style. Alright, I made it. I'm here to the collection point. Feels like maybe a little bit of the Amazing Race, trying to figure out where this place was, but I made it here. And I am going to go up to the collection point now. I'm pretty excited to check in and get going on this. We're given our uniforms, explained how to carry the torch, and how to receive the flame and pass the flame off to the other torchbearers before quickly being put on the shuttle and escorted to the front of the parade.
Ecco perché. Se non lasciate uscire te. Allora guarda.
One of the coolest things I seen was these paper torches these kids made, and on the other end of the spectrum, where I had to wait for my shuttle back to the hotel, which for some reason was delayed. I don't know, some event was going on or something.
Maybe. They are arriving. Few minutes. 1 minute.
We just missed it.
1 minute.
Excellent.
Wow, you are lucky.
Yeah, cut through.
As we get closer and closer to the hotel, we see signs that these streets are about to be shut down too. My driver's trying to get to there quick to let me go, and then get out himself.
It's closing, absolutely.
That's tight.
I managed to make it back to my hotel just as the Olympic flame was coming down the street. I thought I was really lucky to get this bonus experience. Not only did I get to carry the Olympic flame, I got to stop and see it come right down the street where I was staying. Now, unfortunately, these streets were a little too narrow for the hype machine Coke truck and all that to come through, so it was a little bit toned down for old Bergamo.
Alright, I just got back from carrying the torch, and the energy there was unreal. Thousands and thousands of people, kids with fake torches, people sitting on fence posts, on roofs. While I was waiting for the flame to be passed on to me, dozens of people coming up, wanting pictures with me. Some of them thought I was an Olympian. After I was done carrying the flame, I thought I was going to pass it on to someone else, but apparently it was the end of that section, and I passed it off to the lantern, and then was surrounded by some important looking people wearing Italian sashes, and thousands of people all circled around me and started taking pictures of us. The broadcast camera was right up front, and one of the organizers says to me, "When the pictures are done, come this way." I said, "How am I supposed to know when the pictures are done? There's hundreds of cameras." After a few minutes of pictures, I was escorted out and led to the shuttle, and eventually made my way back to the hotel. By the time I was able to make it back to my hotel, the flame had actually also made it to my hotel. So I was standing outside the door when the Olympic flame came down the street, and people started wanting to ask for more pictures with me. It was quite a surreal experience carrying the Olympic torch, and an absolutely unforgettable one. Thank you so much.
Thanks, but don't leave just yet. I still have to escape this town, and before I do, I collect a piece of the torch, climb the bell tower, check out a few museums, eat some more pizza, and meet up with one of my online biking friends. Thankfully, I make it up the stairs to the bell tower just at the perfect time, if you like bells going off right above your head. At first, I thought it might be some sort of competition to see who has the biggest bells. But I later learned that they used to close the gates at 10 p.m. and they would sound the bell 100 times to warn everybody to get back inside the gates to the town. And you've got to have big bells if you're going to tell the entire town when their curfew is. Oh. The stairs are a fraction the size of my foot. And this is at my head level, so I have to duck and walk sideways. And duck. Duck some more. This is beautiful. Also got to see a lot of interesting architecture, eat some more delicious food, check out the world's largest GoPro, world's first heart and lung machine. Alright, where would we be without that? At some point I was just having a lot of fun in the museum, checking out everything. When one of the workers comes in and says, "What are you doing in here? We closed 30 minutes ago." I guess they just kind of forgot me in there. Here I am being escorted out through the courtyard. And apologized to. Honestly, that was quite alright with me. I was trying to delay until I got to meet Oscar. His son got to carry the torch in the Olympics as well, and it was great to share his son's experience carrying the torch over some local pizza. What an absolute crazy adventure it turned out to be. I really hope you enjoyed this special video about the Olympic torch-bearing experience in Italy. Although this had absolutely nothing to do with biking, this is one of the places that biking has taken me.